So it has taken me forever to get this video done. So we'll see how this goes. This is Aubrey. Aubrey, say hi. Aubrey will be 4 months old not next week. In 11 days. She will be 4 months old. And this is my Vbac trial of labor, how everything went video. So we'll start with before I went into labor. We scheduled an induction date for November the 20th, technically the 19th. I was going to go in at midnight and they were going to start Pitocin and just see how everything goes. They wanted to give me the full, as much time as they could, because I was already a centimeter dilated and like 50 or 60% effaced. So, and since I'd never been in labor before, I was a good candidate for an induction. However, we'll start with November 15th. In the morning, I have a bunch of texts and pictures from that day, so I'm going to use that as reference. Let me go to my photos. So basically that morning, I decided I needed to go to Target because I needed some wipes and diapers for when Hunter, well, of course, when she was going to be born, and then whenever Hunter was going to go stay at his babysitter, he needed plenty of diapers. I didn't know if it was going to be a few days or how long he was going to be in the hospital. If I were going to end up needing a C-section for whatever reason, he would be there for 3 days instead of 4, blah, blah, blah. So, or 3 days instead of 2. Anyway, so I went to the store, and before I went, according to my text messages, said, I'm at Target, now near you, talking to my husband, just in case. I've had 2 contractions in the last 10 minutes. And I bought him a couple of shirts. Hunter bought a couple of shirts and a couple of pairs of pants, and I was excited about it. I'm going to go get a Sonic drink and head home. And then I got home and I said, I just had the most painful contraction I have had yet. Oh my gosh, I hope this is the start of something. 11 minutes apart like it was this morning. They're ranging from 7 to 13 minutes apart right now. Sporadic, but all painful. And then I said, now 5 minutes since the last one. Oh, snap. And he goes, are you for real here? And I said, it was 6 minutes since the last one. I hope this is for real, but I'm not getting my hopes up yet. And then I wrote down all the times from my contractions. 9:21, 10:05, 10:30, 11:56, because I had gone to Target between 10:30 and noon. 12:07, 12:14, 12:27, 12:32, 12:38, 12:43. And then the next one was 12:48. I texted our friend to be on alert, the babysitter. Next one was at 12:53. If I continue having them 5 to 6 minutes apart until 1:30, I'd say it's go time, because they were pretty painful. So, yeah, this was November 15th. And then, why am I getting a play-by-play? Are you serious? I thought you said you weren't sure. This is my husband. Do all the things you normally do to get rid of them and see if it changes. I said, I don't want them to go away, though. Neither do I, but we need to assure it. I said, yeah, I know. I keep having to pee, too. Her head was engaged. So she was putting a lot of pressure on my bladder. I'll lay down on my side for a bit and see what happens and see if H will let me shower while he eats lunch. Let's see. He said, not a great idea. Update. Talking about me showering while he eats. Anyway, don't judge me. I'm definitely still having them. Intensity changes when I'm up and moving, but not frequently. They're officially 5 minutes apart for an hour. Eating now. Ouch. I think this is it. It hurts. And he says, seriously? Yeah, they're not stopping. And he said, well, I'm not going to be completely finished for next week in the next 15 minutes. I can wait till later. What would you like me to do? He said, if I'm getting someone to cover 4th, I need to start asking around now. So I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is it, but I don't want to go to the hospital and they say they're not strong enough or no progress. So, this point, I think it's about 2, between 2 and 3 p.m. And, his school ends at 3:30. And it was a Friday afternoon. So, it really didn't matter since it was a Friday. He said, "Did you talk to Sarah, my doula? Call your doctor, ER, or whatever? Do we wait longer?" And I said, "They do hurt, and they're definitely consistent. I'm going to call a doctor because I don't remember what the timing was they told me. I haven't been timing the length just from start to start. So I was timing contractions from when the first one started to when the next one started. And they were about 5 minutes apart." He said, "Okay, well, we'll keep me updated. I'll mention it to my coworker, one of his really good friends that he works with." Sarah knows, but she's just giving me tips on how to cope at the moment. And our babysitter knows too. Doula and babysitter. Sarah's the doula. "Okay, I'll plan on sticking out through 4th period, and I'll have him on standby." And I told him, "Okay." And I told him, "I think you need to come home. I hope I'm not jinxing myself by saying that." He said, "You said you were going to wait until you're sure." And I said, "Well, babysitter is planning on getting Hunter. I'm going to call a hospital and ask what they want me to do. I don't know what time she'll come get him." At that point, it's about 3:30 or 3 o'clock. Yeah, that sounds about right. "Okay, they said to drink water and lay down for an hour, and if they don't go away, come in. Well, laying down doesn't do anything. I'll do it anyway, I guess." He said, "Okay, keep me updated." So far, they're not going away, and I've lost more mucus plug. Yeah, this was about 3, still about 3. We were texting pretty consistently around the 3 o'clock hour. And I said, "I don't know, because the intensity went down. I don't know if that matters or not. So unless my water breaks, I figured just wait it out here as long as possible until there's absolutely no questioning it. As soon as I got up to go to the bathroom, I had another strong contraction. I hate not knowing. I told babysitter to go ahead and plan to take him up at about 5 since they're still coming regularly. Maybe they'll keep me anyway, and if we were to go to the hospital later. They still hurt. I've never had this much pain with contractions in pregnancy. That's got to be a good sign, right?" And then I said, "How soon will you be able to get home? Babysitter is going to pick Hunter up at about 5 unless you want to take him over there so we can go get checked out at the hospital. These are real and painful contractions, whether they eventually decide to send us home or not. I just realized these contractions have been going on for 4+ hours. So at this point, it's about 4 o'clock, and I've been in labor I just realized I've been in labor for 4 hours. He said, "I can be home relatively early. I don't see why I'd be home after 4:30. I said, "Okay, I've started gathering stuff, so as long as, so we'll head over as soon as things are still happening, and as soon as she can come get Hunter. Still not saying anything to family until they say we're not going home until we have a baby. And then she's going to come and get him now, so that way she could feed both boys." This is about 4:30, 4:45. And then at that point, I'd had my bloody show, and I just told him. And I was so excited. And he said, "So are we official then?" And that was the last of the texting with him, because at that point, he was about to come home. She hates the hiccups. So anyway, I'm going to fix up change their diaper too, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. So we leave for the hospital about 5. And I get to the hospital, they check me. I'm still a solid 1 centimeter dilated, but now I'm about 60 to 80% effaced. And they kept me until about 7 just to see if I made any changes with the contractions. Contractions slowed down a little bit, but not by much. They were anywhere between 5 and 6 minutes apart, or 4 to 6 minutes apart. So they spread out a little bit between, but not too badly. So they checked me again at about 7:30, and they said, "Okay, you're not making enough progress, so we're going to go ahead and send you home." So I get home, I called the babysitter and I tell her to bring Hunter home because they sent us home. And I would give her a call back as soon as, if something happened or if they got worse or, whatever. So, at this point, it is about, I think we get home at 8:30. She brings him home. No, okay. It's about 8 o'clock. She brings him home at 9 o'clock. Because they were finishing up eating, and he was over at the church doing a parents' night out thing. Anyway, so about 9 o'clock, I may have to feed her. At about 9 o'clock, I'm still in tons of pain. I am crying on the couch, and yeah. I'm trying not to bawl my eyes out on the couch because I'm in so much pain. Like, the contractions were really pretty intense. So Hunter comes home at about 9, and then about 9:45, I needed to pee. I've gone pee like 3 times, since I've been home, just because of all the pressure she's putting on my bladder. And at about 9:45, I sit down on the toilet, and my water breaks on the toilet. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited, I was freaking out. So yeah, 9:45, my water breaks. So I'm like, honey, so my water just broke on the toilet. And he was like, are you serious? I think he actually used words. So I was like, I need my phone to call Amanda back, or you need to call Amanda for me. So, the babysitter. And so, he calls her, and he tells her, okay, or he gives me the phone, I call her, and I'm like, so I need you to come back, I need you to turn around and come back, my water just broke. She's like, are you serious? And I was like, oh yeah. So she's like, okay, well, I just got home, but I'll turn around. No, baby. I need you to go play, please. Go, Hunter, Mommy is trying to do a video. I told you need to go sit and play. And so she comes back, picks him up, but Roger, my husband, is very excited because he's got to say goodbye to Hunter this time. We turn around, we head to the hospital. It's about 10 p.m., between 10 and 10:30. They check me in triage to make sure my water did in fact break, and they want to check for dilation again. I was 2 centimeters, and at that point I was about 80% effaced, solid 80%. And they're like, oh yeah, your water definitely broke. So it's like, yes! So I'm not going home without a baby. Yes, I'm so excited. So I was exactly 40 weeks when all this happened. I was exactly 40 weeks according to ovulation. Excuse you. Yeah. Exactly 40 weeks according to ovulation, and I was 40 weeks and 3 days according to my last period. So, or 40 weeks and 2 days according to my last period. And so, they check me again, or they get me a room, they check me again at about 1 o'clock, 1:30, and I'm 3. Check me again at about 4 o'clock a.m., I am at a 4. They check me again at 6, I'm at a 5. So I went from 1 centimeter at 9 p.m. No, not 9, sorry. 1 centimeter at 6 p.m. to 5 centimeters at 6 a.m. So that was really exciting. And then at this point, like, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm exhausted, but I'm trying to rest through contractions. My doula was awesome. My husband was awesome. And then I didn't progress past 5. So they didn't give up on me yet, but they were concerned because my water had broken, and I was in a lot of pain. And they wanted to get the ball rolling on the contractions. And so at about 11 a.m., or no, it was about 10 o'clock, they said, okay, we want to start you on some Pitocin to augment your labor, if you're okay with that. I was like, well, if I get Pitocin, I was planning a natural birth, and I was like, well, if I get Pitocin, I'm going to want epidural, because I'm already in a lot of pain. I know Pitocin can make things worse, and I need the rest if that's going to happen, because I've been in labor for 24 hours at this point. So, because true labor started at about 11 a.m. the morning before, on the 15th. So, it was the 16th now. But I wanted to discuss it with my doula and my husband and decide if that's what I really wanted to do, or if I wanted to give myself more time. So, I told them at 10 a.m., I was like, give me another hour and see if I make more progress. If I don't, start me on the pit. If I do, let's just, go without it. Well, 11 o'clock rolls around, and no progress. So, They sent me, I was in a natural birthing room, and if you end up getting an epidural and not Pitocin, but if you end up getting an epidural, then they want you to go to a normal birthing room. So I had to walk